Welcome to the very first episode of the Ingot House podcast with Jer, Jeff, and Eric. We are
I'm back.
extremely excited to be here today. Is January 27th, 2018, and we have been gaming together as a group now for well over a decade, about 18 years. We started at the beginning of our epic journey with Diablo 2. Hey, Jer.
Word. Did we decide what we were going to be doing? Totally interrupting the stream.
We are ready to play as normal as we've played before.
So,
I'm in take one away on non-ladder. And we're just going to do some cow runs and talk video games. Because we're ready to do that today, now. And episode 2 will be the new ladder.
I'm fine
Everyone.
with that. It doesn't matter.
Welcome, Jeff. Okay,
hey,
let me try and do one read of this in a cool voice.
Wait, I have one. Dude, the trick is don't try to be cool about it.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a question though.
I'll read it after.
Are we doing audio only, or is this going to be audio video?
Right now we're doing it's an audio and video. And
Okay.
we'll see how the quality is.
Yep.
And we
just curious.
might release it as just audio, and we might release it with the video. We actually have a lot. We have a lot of options.
Is Jer here?
I'm here. Yep, with my single target tank fighting character, and we're going to fight cows. In takeaway? Take one away?
Yeah.
Okay.
People might be wondering why we are playing Diablo 2. And it's because, first off, it's a masterpiece. A timeless masterpiece. At least, I think.
Hang on one sec. I'm eating and drinking.
I'm going to
Didn't realize it started.
I'm going to re-roll. Yeah, he did a whole
You
intro
want me to
thing before.
restart again?
No, I'm going to re-roll my skills
but-
since we're not actually doing relevant things on this character.
Do it.
Jer, can you hit the loot box, please?
Nope. I will accept the party, but I will not accept being looted. In protest. Akala won't give me a reset. That's weird.
It's probably because you didn't do the quest in hell.
Oh, we're in hell. Yes, that would be accurate. Alright, well, be right back. 1 second. I'll just make a normal game.
Are you going hammered in now, or?
Yeah, I probably should, but since I'm protesting, I'm just gonna do max conviction aura.
I like that even more.
It's a worthy protest.
For what it's worth, though, only one of you needs the aura, the damage aura. So it actually might be
Yes.
worth it
I
to
need more
build a
words.
hammered in with conviction instead of what's the name of the aura, Eric?
Conviction
I'm
aura. Concentration aura. The
Right.
one I use. I just realized that if we want to edit the episode with video, it'll be jumping all over the place. But whatever. I just realized that.
That's fine. It's fine. They don't need to.
So the
Keep up
first
that.
episode is turning into what are we going to do about the second episode?
Which is fine
And
because
so
this is
on.
episode 0. This is the prequel. This is the
Yep, it is
how it all
episode 0.
started. All right.
We start at the beginning.
Mhm.
So 18 some odd years ago, we started playing games as a group, and Diablo 2 was it. This game was played. There were like 2 games on Earth, or 3 games. It was like Diablo 2, Ultima Online, and EverQuest, if I'm not mistaken.
It's very dramatic, but yeah.
Our listeners, hopefully they they were around for that time.
Yep.
Our place
And,
in time is a great one.
Yeah, we definitely got into UO like right when Trammell was released, right? We never actually played when it was only
Renaissance.
Feluca, right?
Ultima Online Renaissance. Like, I mean, there could be no better name for an expansion than Renaissance.
Yep, that's right when we started playing.
That's right when the world started playing IRL.
Yeah.
That's when painting was popular, or the printing press, and then all that.
What?
They created printing around 1500s, and that's when the Renaissance. That's like why the Renaissance happened. Like,
it was that,
and now we're in a new. And the ironic part is that when they made Ultima Online UO Renaissance expansion, it was like.
Another fun fact about
it wasn't
the
just
Renaissance.
in game. We were having another Renaissance called the Internet when they made that.
Was people switched from drinking primarily beer to drinking primarily coffee.
I have the Ultima Online book.
I find that interesting, Jeff. Thank you.
I know, right? I was like, "Am I muted?" Because
I like that. I like that.
You're just getting the normal Eric treatment.
I was about to say something before you said that. If anyone, if Stony Field for buffs.
I'm literally not in the game, but go for it.
Give me the buffs.
Can't find which mouse I need to use.
Just in protest, I'm going to leave 20 skills free.
Are you a Hammerton, or are you just...
No, I'm literally a conviction bot.
Okay. I'll allow it.
I have rank 28 conviction.
Beautiful.
I need an invite.
See, we got to find a palette. Oh, Jared, did you see? Look at this. Oh my God, it's 300,000. I don't have 300,000.
Gold?
Yeah, Jared. There's a war scepter that has +3 conviction on the collar right now.
Nice. I like it.
But I can't afford it.
I'm impressed. Oh, that's weird. Now Akala has my reset thing available in L. Akala, you're so fickle.
Okay. Whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think?
I forgot what I was going to say, and that's good. That's good because it means there's too many things to say.
Make a statement that in that 18 years that we've been playing, Eric has not changed even one little bit, and he is still as insanely aggravating and wildly filled with non sequiturs as he was 18 years ago.
The coffee thing.
So, congratulations, congratulations, Eric.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'd
like to thank my mentors who are here right now.
Yep. We also started playing Magic: The Gathering at that time. Back in the day.
That was when we started killing all of the people who we shared cards with, and that's how we got their collection. Whoa! Someone just died.
God fucking damn it!
On stream!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Was that the stream character?
Please, yes. Oh, this is officially the best stream ever.
Oh my god!
Yes, I'm gonna go loot his body. That's what this is about. Looting their body. Eric, you got to agree to let me loot your body.
He can't.
That's okay.
No.
I can loot my body. Jared didn't do his loot locks.
It's way less. Well, no, I just got in the game and then you died. Oh man, that is so satisfying. You know why it's so satisfying, listeners? Is because is because before the stream started, we Eric, Jeff, and I were having this huge conversation about why we should play ladder hardcore instead of non-ladder hardcore, which is what we're on right now. And the case that Eric and I, or that Jeff and I were making, counterpoint Eric, was that we want to have classic rushing characters because sometimes you just die, and if you die you need to recoup. You can keep your gear if you're playing with friends, but you can't keep that character because the character's hardcore, just dies. So and Eric's immediate response was, "Who dies?" It just this is so rich. This is actually karma actively at
this
work.
This is a good omen that the stream is going to be good.
I know, this is guaranteed juiciness right here, right here.
Press F to pay respects.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah.
I don't think we can loot. I don't think we can loot him either.
Oh my gosh.
No, I can loot her.
You can grab her shit because I can't.
I'm throwing stuff on the ground. Yeah.
This
All right.
is so good.
Thank you.
I am truly sad that I went and made a spec specifically for Eric's absurd non-ladder farming, because it means I missed out on being able to loot Eric's dead body. Did I mention it was dead? And it was a body.
I after I did I did a
dying.
Yeah. Last year I did a project on Facebook where I read an audiobook and played hardcore, and which started all these characters. And right after it was a 19-part series, and right after I stopped the cameras, my barbarian died. So, and I told you guys about that the other day.
I saw that on my Facebook feed, and my first thought wasn't sympathy, it wasn't empathy whatsoever. It was, damn, I missed it. It was
Jeff, did you loot everything?
I looted everything. Yeah, it's in my stash. Do you want it or?
What did you? What did you miss, Jer?
I missed the death
you missed
your
barbarian dying. Yeah, Jer also missed the paladin dying. I was around for the paladin.
But thankfully, I did.
Oh, that's right. You saw my you saw my death. So
So
we've all had one except for Jer.
Because Jer plays intelligently sometimes.
In a spec with 20 unspent ability points.
Yep, I had 20 unspec points, and I'm still more survivable than Eric. Oh, so satisfying. Okay. So this is a sign. Yeah, we're gonna say, all right. Instead of you having to make another hell character, we're gonna transition.
I already have a hell character.
Eric, do you not see the writing on the wall? This is the sign. This is the sign. This is a great time to explain to our viewers, our chat, our non-existent chat.
Eric is.
No, well, I'm pretty sure.
No, they can observe that.
If they're still here, they know that very well.
They just got here.
But rather that this is why this is how you start out. This is like character creation 101. This is how you start in the ladder, and it would be a great experience moving forward.
Perhaps
everybody
for a normal man of ordinary caliber. However, we are exceptional, or at least I'm claiming to be exceptional from all that.
I'm not even sure if you're using words, Eric. These are just adjectives thrown together in a simulacra.
Man, I can't believe this is like a nightmare.
This is perfect.
This is the best. I mean,
I didn't even anticipate this being so good. I was 100% assuming that this would just be me stubbornly just running around looting cows, but I can't tell you how happy I am that you're dead. That's what true gaming friendship is about. Being happy that your friends are sad. Good. So good. How are you feeling right about now, Eric?
I feel like I feel like no one could protect me.
Like someone slapped you across the face with a
I feel like what was so interesting in town?
On
everyone
your part,
just left
on my part
to die.
The best part of town was when I hit M, and then it said Phase 5 was slain by a foul crow. Of all things, there were those tiny birds that hit you and then run away for like 3 seconds. It's literally the hardest mob in the game to die to.
Yeah,
it's like you have to commit dedication to die to that mob type.
Yeah,
really impressive, and I commend your dedication.
I might claim that as Skype killed him.
I'm pretty sure that we have.
I always claim that though.
But as any good ritual goes. Having someone sacrificed right at the beginning is a
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's like half.
Because if you're going to die, it might as
Elon.
well be the intro to a series.
Yeah, absolutely. We got some Aztec gods, and then we've got the guy from Temple of Doom, which used to be like in part a reference to something that Eric always said about me, which was for unknown reasons, and to this day I still don't know why. Eric thought that I looked like the guy in the Raiders of the Lost Ark who got his face melted off at the end, but only while he was having his face melted.
Yeah,
That was
not so much the guy, but the wax replica of the guy.
So even worse. It wasn't even that guy. That guy actually is a Hollywood actor. It's only when he's being melted. That's me. So I feel like Universe is taking its time and delivering some just desserts right about now. So I appreciate it.
But that's the other thing, is it's way better than like all the other hardcore deaths, which is like, oh, I blackwalled and then couldn't drink any more potions and died.
Yeah.
It's just
No, this one was great because you 100% deserved it.
Yep. I was playing 3 characters too. I should have let Jeff play a character, but what I was trying to record on was the same key.
because then you could have blamed it on me.
Yep, absolutely. There's no way this could be blamed on anyone except Eric, and that is my favorite kind of death.
The terrible part is
done me.
So good. Are you gonna do some cows and you're
That was
gonna
the
lose another
enchant-
character?
yeah. I'm moving some stuff or moving some items around.
But that's okay though, because we don't really need the enchant. Like, it's just bonus damage.
What? Are you talking about me?
No, the character that died was the one that had the max level enchant.
Oh, the chanter. Your
That's okay.
chanter died?
That's okay.
That is a true sign because we never want to level another
know what?
character on non-ladder hardcore.
Ladies
That's a
and
good sign.
gentlemen, all the folks out there.
Start
After
scooping
we
up
record this, after we record this, I'll have plenty of time to make a new character.
Yep.
Yep.
But
On
you're going to do it
ladder.
on classic,
On ladder.
on ladder.
Yes, exactly.
No. I
my
have to
thoughts,
remake our enchanter.
Eric, on
I
ladder.
have
We
to do
need
the
the enchanter on the
responsible
ladder.
thing and remake our enchanter.
No. We need an enchanter on the ladder. I'm serious.
We'll take care of that a month from now.
Oh my
But
god.
the guy we just lost, I'm gonna remake him.
Oh, I just all tabbed out, so let's hope that doesn't end.
Help him!
I'm good. Good. Martelda Fair.
But yeah, so continuing on, as you do.
I don't know. I feel like we should dwell
we
on Eric
had
being
a
dead.
corpse popping in the first episode.
If anything, we started with the climax. That was something I was going to hope was going to happen the whole time, and I just got my wish fulfilled immediately.
Yeah, we can't make the thumbnail of "You'll never believe who dies in this episode." Like in the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, just right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Oh, so I really appreciate your sacrifice, Eric.
Yep.
For my happiness.
I've after we record the episode, we'll have plenty of time. I'll have plenty of time to remake him. What is this error I'm getting?
I believe it's you should be playing on ladder. Why are you not playing on ladder? Error message.
I just got a high CPU usage warning about the quality of the recording.
Oh, interesting.
That's okay. The first one of the lessons, and this can be tied in. One of the lessons of computers is that being the pioneers we are, we have to deal with the lag and the bullshit, and that was part of Diablo 2 back in the day too.
That's never a lesson of computers that I learned. but I'm here for the learning.
Well, I think you might be in denial. I mean, I was talking about lag. I meant there's no way to escape it, Jerry. You're not better than lag.
Wait. Are you about to blame lag on that death? Because we are coming back
Diablo
to this.
2 was traditionally a laggy game.
Oh, okay. So as far as tradition is concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
But
people
that
might
wasn't
be
lag. That was
wondering.
you dying.
why
like a
we're
batting
here, why we're playing an old game, what's the point of life,
I mean,
what should we do every
that's
day when we
that's
wake up in the morning.
that's another good point. Is that maybe we're playing this game so we can watch Eric die as many times as possible. Because of everybody in the group, I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong in this. Who has died the most since we've started playing?
I've died the most, and
I believe that's Eric.
I was not
100% believe.
I had no illusions about how much I would die on hardcore.
Oh,
My
Eric,
whole
here,
life
this is
I've
for
been
your
afraid of
source right here.
hardcore.
I got business up. No, it gives Sork levels.
Yeah, I know.
You guys are looting, right?
I am, yeah.
I'm
Well, Jared's.
looting. I'm doing charms and things that strike my fancy. I got a tiara with 2 barb levels on it. It's gonna last as long as until I get something else fun. I've got 2 more levels until my Hellfire Torch activates.
Nice.
Which I believe is going to happen because I don't die. If that wasn't,
now we're really just tempting.
absurd. There is a strong amount of hubris with statements like that, where as soon as you say you're not going to die, you're going to die. Unless you're Eric, where you don't actually say you're not going to die, but you still die.
Well,
Which just happened.
We're going to be able to study closely what happened
Close.
as long as the recording.
I want a slow-mo replay of
At the
death.
very end.
Yeah, I feel like, ooh, hey, this is an ethereal
We'll have
carrion
a
run dodge
breakdown.
with 25 resist.
We need some good music to go with it too, like
In the arms of an angel.
No, I feel like the Karate Kid song is what we really
You're the best
what we
around.
really need. Yeah, absolutely. Inspirational Rocky-esque music.
I still feel like I'm going to die any second somehow just because of the trauma.
Good, good. You deserve it.
Thus is life, I suppose. The struggle of life. What to do to live a good life. How many life points do we have?
Hey.
Hit points.
Speaking of not dying, just got punched a bunch. I didn't put
I've
enough points
not
in
been-
Dex. Oh no, I have 75 chance to fly.
I was not on the right aura there. So, what are your goals this year for gaming other than to make a monthly episode about it?
My goal is to have Eric not interrupt one sentence. I feel like I'm gonna start with the hardest possible goal and just work down from that.
Seems
I
like
mean,
a worthy
that was a
goal.
complete sentence, so mission accomplished.
Yeah, okay, maybe a complete thought, or like go one web episode for I don't know what we're gonna call
Yep.
these the units of these.
Release.
We're gonna go one of these things without Eric interrupting anyone, and I feel like that's the hardest thing.
That's not really gaming related, though.
But it's happening during a game. Does that count? Is that
Maybe.
quasi?
Doing next
Take two.
Yeah,
level.
I think we're good.
Um,
One death per game, Eric. Just letting you know.
I'm gonna have plenty of time after I record the podcast. I just said podcast.
Eric, are you making the game or am I making the game?
Making the game.
That didn't answer the question.
It half did.
I made it.
I
Whatever,
said making
just
the
join
game.
Just you're too late. Yeah, it was. Am
The
I making the game or
implication
are you
was
making the game?
I.
And you took the only component of that sentence
Yeah,
that was non.
that's what a good writer does. Is
Oh my gosh.
they take out those extra chaff and chuff,
There's a difference between trimming and foreshadowing.
or a cryptic writer.
Yeah, I feel like at some point that you start acknowledging bad writing. All right. Oh, I got a
Best time.
horking. Oh no, I guess it isn't. Is hork a combat skill or a for barbarians?
battle cry.
It's a battle cry. That's tragic.
We
Everybody unlock so they can loot Eric's body.
I want to take time to thank everybody for being here and joining us in this fiasco. We're glad
So
you're
call
here.
join, and I sincerely hope that someone had just died.
I think you have a vested stake in killing everyone because you want us to play ladder.
I absolutely have a vested interest. That is my goal, 100%, 110%. If I had a way as a paladin to actively kill my teammates, I would. I really would. I don't think that exists as far as in Diablo 2.
Yeah.
Like, you can effectively do that in Diablo 3, but that's not the same.
You guys left me at the waypoint. I can blame that on you.
Wait. Have you finally found out how you're going to blame us for your death? Is that what this just happened?
I mean, it's everyone's. Everyone's.
We're gonna have the tape.
Because if in any way whatsoever I could have contributed to your death, I want to have.
I think Skype.
Please?
I think Skype is dangerous. Why don't we'll for the second half of the episode we'll mull over
just do
why
no audio, and we should just type all of our responses.
that's how I wanted us to arena in World of Warcraft a long time ago.
That's true. Yeah.
Here's an even better one. We could type out our all of our responses, or do an audio version but cut it, and then just do like a text to speech translation for all of our.
All ideas are on the table for this pod.
Yeah.
For this.
Yep.
I keep calling it a podcast.
I call dibs on Microsoft Samantha. Just saying, because that's the British version, obviously, because no Americanos. Eric, how you doing? You dead?
I am going through Tristram.
Oh. Wait. Are you sure you don't want to just take Call Wolf and put him at a random waypoint? Preferably a dangerous one, like Worlds Don't Keep. It's like a guaranteed death. You just AFK work. See, Bale will end you. He'll end you good.
So yeah, in addition to like what we were talking about before, Jared and I play Tournament Magic Legacy every week.
Yes.
Roughly. Jared plays multiple times.
I play multiple times because I am terribly addicted. I am addicted to winning extremely small amounts of money and traveling large distances.
To make it all worth it.
I really enjoy that, yes.
Yep. And if we're talking about a goal for this year and for this podcast, I would really like to see Eric come to these tournaments. I've been trying to get him to come for a while.
For whatever reason.
He's too busy making these podcasts.
Man-made or interstellar or cosmic, if an EMP hits the Earth, everyone's video games are going to be gone, but you guys will be left with magic cards, right?
Yeah, we'll still have magic cards.
Yeah,
that's true.
Pulse,
but I'm a little more worried about civilization as a whole.
The energy grid, and
yeah, I feel like I might have the wrong priorities if I'm happy I have.
Although
my magic
you'll
cards,
be able to pay,
other people don't have running water.
I just interrupted it. But I was going to say you'll be able to pay in the post-apocalyptic with magic cards.
Yeah, it'll be like a currency.
It'll be the only currency.
I feel like I should get a tally in like the editing post-op editing. That like the tally for number of interruptions Eric does.
I already knew you were going to say, and I interrupted it.
Yes, perfect. I mean, we're not going to be able to use Roman numerals, which you normally would do. Like, we have to use Arabic numerics because otherwise the whole screen would be filled with dashes.
We're going to call them Eric numerals.
Eric numerals? It just starts with just an angry face, and it's just all angry faces.
If anyone has the tally of Eric numerals, please keep us up to date. I'm on the wrong buff again.
I'm pretty sure you can make anything italic. You just put a slant on it. Like, as long as there's directionality, like even Sunni Stone Sanskrit, you can make it just like give it a 15-degree spread. Sounds dirty when I say it that way.
I was just thinking, I have to listen back to this first episode and listen to my voice I know I'm gonna not like my voice, and I'm gonna have to try to change it somehow. I think.
That's
You're
true
gonna
for
I don't
everyone.
think I've ever
Change your
worked on my voice. The way you make
as
like
far
a
as things
character
have
in a
changed, that's
video
pretty
game.
awesome.
The way you make a character in a video game, I don't think I've ever like decided, okay, this is my voice. Well, I mean, as a writer, you find your voice, but I think as an actor or like a speaker,
Those are
public
different
speaker, you find your
concepts,
voice
though,
too.
Eric. Those are very
Yeah.
different concepts.
Are they?
But
so
it's also that what you hear in your own ear canal is different than what the world hears.
Yeah, just from an milfoil.
yeah. World.
So
if you're
so what
thinking of
you
making a
perceive your own
podcast-
voice. That's why people don't like to hear recordings of themselves.
I got a
That's right.
They
verdungo.
sound different than what they believe they
Because your
sound.
head acts as a resonating chamber like a violin. If you
Yeah.
guys didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I did know. I did know
I
this thing.
I wanted to feel special about my violin head. Although
Yeah.
clearly I'm just like everyone else. Just
No,
like
I
everyone
like it.
else's violin. That's because you didn't know. Jeff, you didn't know that, right?
Well, I knew that you're.
I'm
He's
sorry.
the
sound
one-
sounds
How
different.
can
I
you
sound
not
like
know
a
it?
I sound like a jerk.
He initiated the statement.
Specifically like a violin? I guess not. I
As
don't
they
know.
say, all this is getting cut out.
Maybe not like a.
All this is getting.
Yes.
Wow.
That's what they
Wow.
tell themselves, or it's a joke. Well,
Or
on the
readers.
Colbert Show, they do that a lot.
I see.
He'll say, "Oh, this is getting cut out," of course, and that they do that for the lawyers because he just did that with Ricky Gervais.
But no, that doesn't make sense, Eric. If you're seeing it, then it's not cut. That's the
They
joke.
they have to have plausible deniability of. No, we didn't think any of this was going to air. So in the editing room, they say, "Well, you can't blame them. They didn't think it was going to air." But now that
I
we
feel
have,
like
we've
either
paid,
I'm-
You
but now
see
that
the worst in
CBS has
people.
paid for
You
this
always
footage-
think the worst of people.
Yep, that's true.
Everything has to be for a reason. You know, this ulterior reason, ulterior motive.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Beat
They
box.
Maybe
just
all
make
the
fun of
buying
you.
and
They get to
selling
do
in
it.
video
They don't get
games
sued.
has hardened me up. A
Hey,
battle-hardened vendor.
That's lewd. I feel like that should be the name of podcast number 2. Harden me up.
There's going to be surprisingly not a lot of that going on, for whatever reason.
I'm hopefully not surprised by that, Eric. I'm just throwing it out there that that's not the direction I was hoping this was going to go.
But as I was saying, I got to figure out how to make a character IRL with my voice. Because for some reason, I think I sound like a lost child or something.
Hey, did you just say you need to make a character IRL with your
Yes,
voice?
I
realize
that
you
was the,
are that
It was
character.
the analogy I made earlier. Was that we work on our characters a lot in game. However, I don't think I've ever taken time to work on my voice in real life as I would.
The point I was trying to
work on a
make
character.
is your voice is going to sound the most natural in your natural speaking voice. If you try to alter it, it's going to sound unnatural.
I'm not
to
a
everyone
natural
else.
human being. I'm a digital native. Right? We started.
I mean, I feel like if
we-
you're a
we grew
digital
up
native, then
online.
you're a byte, or you're like
okay.
an up or a down.
We'll keep that a secret then. For now,
I feel like that's
until
that's
robots become more
you
acceptable
usurping
in society.
the word native.
Well, we grew up
Hey,
with
Fall
these
Room,
games. There will be plenty of questionable implications involved, but we're in a brand new society. I'm almost worried about us, but we won't get into that.
Wait.
tonight.
Brand new society. I missed
Everything's
the
new.
memo on that
part
one.
Part of video games is everything is so new. We have no traditions or anything of anything
Fiddler
of
on
the
the
sort.
Roof?
It's almost like we are in a renaissance, just like we were saying.
No, you can't have a new society that's also a renaissance because it's a rebirth. Like that would it's like we're gonna rebirth the original. But it is the original.
We might
It's an original rebirth.
I don't know about that.
We're doing a new
Take
level, right?
3.
We're
Yes.
done. Yeah.
Yes, that sounds good. I just
As
feel
long
it's
as
like
we're not
slightly
leaving behind
oxymoronic.
any popped corpses.
Eric, are you going to make the game this time? Yes or no?
Take 3. I just tried to join it.
Jared, how about you make them from now on?
I just made it.
Because holy crap, the game already existed that day. Because
From now on, take 4 forward. It's Jared's
I
responsibility.
tried to make it as simple as
I'm
possible
the
to
guy who
answer
always
that.
makes it.
It was yes or no question, and then it was dead silence into not yes or no. That is typical Eric. In case our listeners have not caught on to that yet. He's kind of like a cosmic troll, where you think that you're done being trolled, and it comes all the way around, and he's trolling you from the other direction.
Now, let's not get too personal here.
It's more of a
gonna have to
compliment.
pay the
It's
toll.
more of a compliment than anything at all.
Come on down for buffs and corpses, apparently.
What?
I'm putting the ring around.
We'll put some buffs on now. Jared, can you...
Oh, you're talking about Cold Plains.
Sorry.
Or Stonyfield. Here, I'll give everybody fanaticism while they're standing here. We're extra prepped. We're super pumped.
I don't think anybody's ever going to hear this episode. Because everything is so... We'll post it. We will post it and keep it posted.
This is the most required episode. I feel like this episode is necessary to fully understand the nature of this interaction we have.
If this show becomes a success, people will come back to the first episode and say, "Oh, I wonder."
Wait. Okay, so how are we defining success?
What happened to make us a success? Predictions.
Wait, I don't know.
If people are returning
I would like
to
to
this
welcome
episode,
anyone back who has done exactly that.
To return. We legitimately don't know why you would be here, but we're very appreciative.
It's getting far too something. What was I going to say? Oh, far too meta.
Yeah. Meta?
Metaphysical.
I feel like if we were meta, we'd have to be referring to like ingots. That's the only that would be meta.
That's a story for another
idea.
Show. How did the Ingot House, the epic tale of the Ingot House?
So
I was thinking it might be a thing we hint at and then reveal in the final episode.
Well, yeah. Any gaming friendship that is almost 2 decades, or 18 years now, is going to have some real epic doozies of failures and without spoilering the doozies, the Ingot House is definitely up on the top 3 of biggest doozies.
Collective doozies.
And not even from the actual impact of it, but how much it was dragged through the mud. and like from a longevity perspective, it was very impressive. So I have 22 skills. I feel like I should put something and max it. Like, just
put it in hammers. What do you need?
No, I'm not going to be a hammered and conviction bot. That's too useful.
Yeah, I was going to say it makes total sense because they normally have a 20-point aura, but having you both have 20-point whatever it is concentration is a stupid idea.
Wait, why? Who both has 20 points of conviction?
What I'm saying is, Hammerdens run 20 points of concentration aura. You could just shift those 20 points to conviction and be the same spec.
No, that's way less fun.
Because you're already going to have concentration.
Or concentration? But then I'd lose the 20% chance to be uninterruptible.
Let Jared do what he's going to do. He's probably right about this.
No, then I need Eric to not be dead, and we all know that is not a reliable, thing. But yes, you are totally right, Jeff. I could do this, but then I need an enigma, and
I'll literally throw this enigma on the ground right now.
Don't do it.
I don't need it. I should be where I haven't teleported once in all of these games.
Oh my gosh.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Jared might have the most experience on Diablo 2 than any of us, right?
There was a very large amount of hammerdinning happening in my past. I will say that.
I have been. I'm going to contest that with Jer has the most experience, but I think I might have the most knowledge because I've been like nonstop reading about D2 mechanics.
Well, yeah. Instead of actually doing your job, you just research video games. And you come home, you're like, I have all these great ideas, and then I say, "Oh,
that's not going into the podcast."
Eric says, "Table flip."
I'm going to call it a podcast because that's not going in.
You guys are going to go. You guys are going to go at my speed. Boom! Just
you realize we can't put that in, so this is going to have to be part of the Secret Society bloopers reel. Can't put in that Jeff does that. Anyway.
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay, we're back. With cows.
Jeff researches video games at work!
Fine by me.
Speaking of which, the nature of work will be changing, and not getting too thick into the weeds here.
I'm not saying it negatively affects his work, or that
exactly.
It
doesn't bother me. It's not like people can see you when I'm at work.
Speaking of which, the ways in which work will change.
Wait, okay, so I just want to give a little bit of a background information. Eric does not work. Okay, continuing. That was how work will change. Eric.
Yes, that is my point, because I think the whole society is not working. Right? If I'm not working,
I wasn't shaming you.
I was smarming it up right there. I was smarming it up right there. The nature of work is changing for a society too. So,
are we talking about a basic, guaranteed basic income that we were talking about?
No,
or not even that thought out.
Really,
just people are going to think about work differently. They're going to have the feels that will make it be different.
Well, maybe how that would apply to video games somehow.
Wait.
Right now, when we say video game, we think of a baby out in the living room with a baby rattle.
Oh, maybe we think about different video games.
In a lot of ways, video games are like a little baby.
Babies on the floor with rattles.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm attempting to make a connection here, but I feel like I'm missing about all the information.
It's our snap judgment, or it's our initial reaction to video games is that they are somehow worthless. And we are here to start, I don't know.
The fire.
I wanted to start something.
We're answering the question about that Billy Joel.
Start the conversation about that. No,
I will say
the conversation's
that
already ongoing.
It is weird, especially like, because I take a lot of general pride in, playing Magic every week and like learning and trying to get better at something and, enjoying myself. But like, it's funny because at work, someone will be like listening into a conversation and I'll say like, oh, because a lot of my close friends at work know what I do. It's not like a secret, but I'll be like, oh, I was at a tournament last weekend and this thing happened. And a lot of people assume like,
you're cutting out on me. I don't know if that's just me, Eric.
Oh,
Eric, are you hearing
start again?
uninterrupted?
Start again, Jeff. We had a technical difficulty there.
Sorry. All I was saying was that it's weird to be a Magic player and have people at work respond. Because, like, when I say, oh, yeah, I was at a tournament on Monday, if the person doesn't know me, they automatically assume I play poker.
Really?
And then I have to explain.
Because I was thinking Kung Fu tournament.
No, actually, magical cards with my friends.
I participate in Bloodsport.
Everybody,
35.
don't patronize them, Jeff. Everybody knows what Magic cards are.
That's not true.
That is. I'm gonna go with a negatory on that one, Eric.
Keep in mind, I work with a lot of people who are, people my age usually know what it is, but I work with people who maybe are like,
I hope some of those people are listening who have no idea what Magic cards are, because I can't really conceive of a person like that being a digital native, or maybe just being so self-centered. Millennial.
I'm just gonna. I have to throw this out because you made it too easy, Eric. I feel like if you conceive someone, they wouldn't know about Magic because that's how young you have to be to not know about Magic.
Yeah,
it's a conceived joke.
Yeah, I thought that was a conceived joke, but I still don't get it. Next game. Take 4. I can't believe someone died. It's not really. It hasn't sunk in yet.
No. Eric. Someone didn't die. You died. Way different than someone.
So whoever's going to make a video game, they could just take that right out
of... Just whoever's going to take a video, just like blanket statement. Whoever's going to make a video game.
That was a good you died, is what I'm saying, Jared.
All video game designers, pay attention.
I got confused there in the stream because Jared made the game.
Eric,
I guess I'll make the game. I know. I can't. Yeah. I don't think I can mentally stop.
We also had a conversation about how Eric doesn't listen.
Yep.
But also, I don't think I can mentally stop. Also, how good it's not that I'm not listening. It's not only that I'm not listening. It's that I'm so conditioned that my fingers just start doing things. I'm thinking about something else, but my fingers are doing something. So right there,
because they're so soft because you use so much conditioner.
As everyone will see, playing evidence, I was trying to make a game there without even thinking really what I was doing. So that's another little phenomenon.
Well, let's not pretend that Eric thinking about what he's doing is the norm. As viewers, if they're returning to episode 1, are probably here for.
It's true.
Just saying. I'm sure all of you know Eric not thinking about what he's doing. Standard.
I have to, in a way, I have to think about what I'm doing times 3 right now.
Okay, so I can understand the computers. Times 2.
The multi-box. For the final section.
Oh, because you stole Jeff's second. So yeah, you're doing 3.
Is multi-boxing good or bad? That could be a topic.
Wait, Eric. I don't think you're allowed to say that could be a topic. It is a topic. Like it's like an innate nature of a noun that it is a topic.
I'm getting a bit too meta.
No, ingots. Ingots are the only way we're going to be meta.
Meta ingots.
Has to refer to itself.
That's got to be part of the intro from now on, how we're going to forge meta ingots. Forging the meta ingots of the mind.
We need a quick time intro.
Jared, do you want some buffs?
The Ingot House.
Come on down. Portal or Stonyfield?
Do you have a reduced sarcasm aura? Because that's what I need.
It's all fun and games, and still somebody's got to edit the episode.
Until your enchanter dies at a waypoint.
That is gonna make a really good episode. We're probably gonna be able to attribute that death to the only reason this podcast takes off like wildfire and becomes number 1 on all the lists.
So you're gonna pay the tribute cost, and every time we have a new episode, you have to lose a main character.
All tribute costs void where prohibited.
But you see, that could totally work if we made classic Russian characters. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying, circular Ouroboros.
I'm totally politically opposed to making Russian characters.
I think you're politically opposed to logic.
That was a joke. I actually have nothing against the Russians.
Wait, you're crushing polar bears? What?
They're crushing characters because they're classic Russian characters.
Oh yeah, Sea Rush. No, I did. I was trying to figure out your name of your character. I'm like, Crush. I don't. Oh, I'm dumb. Right, got it. I went.
Crush and Grush.
Yeah. I see. I went with the Rush, the Canadian rock band reference, because mine is the 2116 or 2112 in Roman numerals.
Yeah, I was looking at the Roman numerals, and I was like, all right, that's bizarre.
But so I was going for the little more obscure, but I like the Crush. I like the crushing makes sense.
Jared, do you want this enigma? Because I am going to throw it on the ground.
Well, yes, but only because so I can hold it hostage against Eric.
Okay, here. Can I have the dress? Or you're wearing a dress, right? Because I have no armor now.
Fine, I suppose. I should probably put teleport on my bar now.
We will make a takeaway game after this, and hopefully nobody will die until then.
Until then.
Use my words.
Then we'll duel. And there'll be a duel at the end of each episode.
Yeah, wow, it's super hardcore over there.
I'm still traumatized by our kickoff to the podcast.
By the horrific
That's going to
death.
be its own little Ingot House, I think. I just let a little mini Ingot House of my own fall, right? That's one of the hints of what an Ingot House is that it's something that's so egregious, it just keeps popping up in conversations. As an example,
in a way, I follow what you're saying, but I feel like a really important part of the Ingot House was that everybody lost.
The sequel,
everybody lost that. But when you die, I win. So I'm not really sure if that really
kick the podcast off. That was as Jeff said, it was our sacrifice to kick the podcast off. It's going to go viral. I wish I had screamed a little less. More secularly.
You needed more high-pitched.
At least they know it was. There's like no one really would scream that much. That guy was really hamming it up, and then you're just like, I wish I had screamed less.
It was a little bit of a Michael Scott. No.
Call Wolf is also by the thing by himself.
Thank you, for Christ's
sake. I will confess, I was thinking
You
about luring some mobs onto him. I really
Especially now that you have teleport.
Damn, I don't think we can go that far in the hole.
I 100% was thinking about killing Call Wolf over there.
That would have been starting to look like a triple rainbow with the triple Ingot House.
Oh.
But I was gonna say it's gonna be its own. That death's gonna be its own little mini version of an Ingot House, somehow. Well, unless we can let it go. Maybe I'll never be able to let it go.
Like Frozen,
which I still have not seen.
You haven't seen Frozen?
I have not seen.
Yeah. How can you have not seen Frozen? That means there are so many little kids that are way better than you.
I can accept
we'll
that.
do it
because I'm such a veteran player, I can accept that.
Yeah, maybe episode 3, because we already know that episode 2 is, what was the name of it? Like How I Get Hard or something? Ridiculous. I feel like that would not be an appropriate Disney-themed episode. I feel like that would seek out the wrong demographic. But episode 3 should just be finding some way to not violate copyright law, but include Frozen as much as possible.
The idea has been heard on the floor of the house, and we will now open for a period of questioning. Seeing no questions, we'll move on to the next topic.
Wait, did you just assume like
we moved that right through Congress?
Ceremonies type of authority on this?
We assumed it's gender too.
What? No, master is not gender based, Eric.
This is a bad joke.
I don't even know what the reference was to. All these cows have bought green auras up. This Hellfire Torch actually working. I gotta use all these Hydra charges.
You gotta use all these Hydra charges? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So that's what you got on
Are they on there? I didn't even notice that.
You get 30 charges of a level 30 Hydra.
You get 10 charges.
Or 10 charges of level 30 Hydra. Right,
how can you you can recharge that with a Hell Rune, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, you can.
You definitely can recharge it with a rune. I don't know what rune it is, though.
Yeah, my resists are still horrific.
Somewhere in the Hell range. Maybe a Soul Rune, I don't know.
It's a rune. It's a rune of some sort. Oh, gives damage reduction? That's cool.
What does? Oh, Soul?
Enigma.
Oh, yeah. It's actually because one of the... I think it's the Bear Rune or something gives damage reduction. So.
Well, that would be the RP reason.
No, because you always get the bonus.
When are we going to see the resurgence of the RP video game? There's been a little bit of a lull in RPing. There used to be a lot more RP
isn't.
in the world.
They just play tabletop.
Is that it?
It's been an egress from the online medium. Although there's a lot of auto calculators for D&D Online.
Yeah, there's also a tabletop simulator in Steam where like you can basically like import your own game pieces into it.
That's what I used to think about when we played Dungeons and Dragons. I was like, why can't we be playing Diablo 2 right now?
Yeah, but tabletop simulator, there's no real mechanics to it. It's just like dice and figures and cards and things like that, and you can shuffle and you can roll and you can move stuff around and like kind of cool.
It's the sandbox of D&D.
If I had all the time in the world, I would love to play every single one of those games.
But only if you had
all the friends,
time
and
in the
more
world.
importantly, all the friends in the world.
Are we talking past and present all the time in the world, or just all of the instant time, all of the consciousness of all conscious things right now?
You win. You win that.
Eric, it was a question. It wasn't a statement.
And you won it all.
Got Black Bog's Sharp? I don't even heard of this.
One last pack.
That's
really?
Plus 5 Poison Dagger.
I was going to say, I think I've seen that
Dagger.
before.
Yeah. No, I
Keeping it because it's so damn cool.
There's a really weird build. There's a rune word that gives you venom, I think. Yeah, I think it's venom. And you make a poison dagger. Well, venom's an assassin skill.
I'll make the game.
A poison damage to your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
What are we on? 4?
Oh, you made it quick. That was fast, Jer.
Because I'm quick. I'm almost as fast as
everybody's going to see how fast
you are
made
dying.
So anyway, there's a build where you get both venom and use poison dagger, the ability, and you do like ridiculous damage. The only problem is basically everything at high levels, like all the Ubers and stuff, are immune to poison damage. So
hooray, gameplay.
I'm not entirely sure. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And there's no way to break that immunity because conviction doesn't work against poison. So.
Wow. Get
Womp womp.
rolled.
Yeah.
Really doesn't work?
Yeah, I think it's only the primary elements: lightning, fire, cold.
It says resistances, but yeah, maybe it's only the main 4, like the ones that are listed.
Yeah.
Huh.
Loot locks, please.
I only need that if I'm going to die.
I'm gonna ding soon.
If I had played a little bit of Diablo 2 today, I don't think we would have lost a good soul. Come on down, guys, for buffs. Stony Fields or Portal. Jeff, did you miss those?
Nope, I got them.
I can't see anything.
It's a good way to die.
I just looked at my barbarian when you said that.
That would honestly be the most wonderful transition into us playing non-ladder. All of Eric's characters die.
I didn't even hear you. I just looked at him.
Yep.
You said it's a good way to die. What is a good way to die?
It's like the culling.
What is a good way to die? What were you saying?
I was referring to an old Klingon adage.
Oh.
I was not, but
Speaking of which, I just watched
Speaking
again.
of Klingons.
Speaking of Klingons, I just watched again. Luke Skywalker milk a sea animal, and I can't help but thinking it looks a little bit like something from Star Trek. I guess that's a little bit off topic.
Wait, from Star Trek? How did you get that?
I don't know. I guess I'm really not a Star Trek fan, but
I've heard a lot of references to that scene, but none of them are Star Trek related.
I was catching a weird Star Trek vibe, as in like that milked creature could be like on the floor, on the deck of the ship, like at a station, right?
fabricate all of their food.
Yeah, no, but and also notoriously Star Trek aliens are all like humans with wrinkled foreheads. That's like
Yeah.
So none of them have like walrus tits. Sorry.
no.
And then
No.
we lost all the children.
Yeah.
Yes, as a whole, Star Trek generally stays away from obesity in aliens. That's just a thing that they
Well, no, I mean, I think in the first season they had like a blob or something.
I don't
They
think
had
a
the-
blob type is the same as
The
obesity.
first season doesn't count apparently. I really know nothing. Other than
Yeah,
that.
I mean, maybe they did, but like, it's kind of a joke that all of the aliens in Star Trek are always, bipedal, basically humans with a wrinkled forehead.
Yep.
All right.
Because it just seems so not plausible that would be true.
Right. Yeah, it was only really later.
I feel like a bipedal with a wrinkled forehead in this game.
later
Sure,
variants
but
of.
Are
of
you
Star
are
Trek
you
that
all the aliens in all of the galaxy?
He is. If he is, what was the phrase you were doing, Eric? You're like usurping all of consciousness. What was? I forget what actually.
Metaphysics?
No, you're like if I had all of the time, I would do something.
Yeah.
So he could be all the aliens if he had all the time.
If he has all the time, yeah.
Yeah.
You can take all the time you want.
And it's actually interesting. They try to like retcon it in, I think it's Next Gen, where they basically it's definitely Next Gen. All aliens have like a common ancestor. Like
they have a few
like,
episodes about that.
Yeah, like spread all the seeds through the galaxy.
I feel like all of the aliens in Star Trek have a common enemy, and it's Star Wars. They just exist to ruin the franchise.
Although I have actually heard that they that those two are in a shared universe.
Yeah, there's theories about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we can share the universe like that. There's going to be a big Star Wars.
Eric, I don't think that you can have a theory about having all of people's time and not share their universes. I feel like it's one or the other there. Ooh, Monarch.
Sorry for laughing too much at my own jokes.
But okay, so here's the thing about Star Trek. I feel like you're kind of people who poo-poo Next Gen for retconning stuff from original series are crazy, because if you look at some of the things in original series, they're horrible.
Oh yeah, no.
Super bad.
I just meant specifically. I mean, obviously, the reason everyone looks like a human is because it was a syndicated show that didn't have a lot of time between episodes, and you can't build costumes that fast. I understand the reason. That's all I meant by retconning. Like
the reason the teleporters exist because they didn't have a budget to make ships. That's
exactly. So, but the point is,
there's a video game analog here that I can't quite think of.
Yeah, just that it's funny that Eric talks about the big walrus alien because it's like,
the walrus alien is like its own Ingot House. What is the walrus alien of each franchise?
I'm surprised because there already is a lot to talk about with the walrus alien. And of all the things, Eric had to go on to the bumfuck Egypt of, excuse me, the BFE.
Yeah, we're going to need a bleep, Eric. You're going to need
talking about just unknown walrus topics. Oh my goodness.
I was going to say...
There's a lot to talk about the walrus, but...
I was going to say, maybe that's really why the walrus is there. Is that take a good drink of controversy. Or take a good long think about this. I don't know. I guess would also be
to my knowledge, there are two strong confirmed theories. Theories that were confirmed. There we go. About walrus alien, if we're referring to them as that. and
the first is sabotage from the Star Trek franchise.
That was obviously it, but the real first was the reference to the original farm that
The blue milk, the moisture farm,
Oh
yeah,
my
the
blue milk,
the blue milk,
No.
right? Absolutely.
which was made out
Are
of
you
endives.
joking me? Is that? Are
Mm.
you serious?
Yes.
That's the milk in the Tupperware, because that was like
Yeah.
a product placement for Tupperware.
I
I'm not
don't.
even joking about that.
Okay.
If you think back to the 80s when they made that with the Tupperware and the milk in the first Star Wars.
How could it be a product placement for Tupperware if it wasn't like advertised as anything?
It didn't have like Tupperware, the Star Trek version.
Yeah, it's not a
feel
great
like that would have to be
topic either.
really like you have to have a some sort of marketing that is so synonymous without being named, like the
Yeah.
Golden Arches McDonald's. Like this is where he goes.
The reason
like
that was bad is because sorry.
Cloud City, and he like pulls up to the Mickey D double arches. Like that would have to be.
I gotta go to the double arches to get
Yeah.
some burger converters.
It's like a quest for a video game. One of the things, I thought someone just died. One of the things, I just forgot what I was going to say.
One of the things. That was definitely the beginning of the sentence. So okay, I'm going to usurp your autonomy here. So the first thing about the cow.
I remember what I was going to say. Hold on. You remember what you're going to say? This is a good point. I just remember what I was going to say because I'm going to forget it.
Like 500.
Oh yeah, one of the things I've noticed about people doing shows is that when they have to mention doing episodes of shows and releases, when they have to mention a product, the person talking about it, usually the host will always say, "Oh, what is that product? I can't remember, with the plastic and you hold food in it." And someone else on the show goes, "Oh, Tupperware." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, that's
like the
it."
exposition version of
Because then people can't
Blurting
start
out
a because then people can't start a conspiracy that, oh, Eric's on that show and Tupperware paid him on the side, and so he's going to go in there and mention Tupperware. So then he'll go, "Oh, what was that thing with the plastic and the food?" Anyway, I've noticed that
I
little
like
thing.
your concern
Just
that
so you're
Tupperware
aware.
is paying you off.
Yeah, well, it's to quell
so
the
you're aware,
conspiracy
and just so all the
theories
listeners
that
are
he's a
aware.
Tupperware peddling shill.
This episode sponsored by Tupperware.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I was going to say that YouTube
Or
and
this
podcasts
episode
have to
is
disclose
sponsored
if
by,
they're
what was that
spon-
thing? Sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
They have to disclose if they're being sponsored, but movies don't have to disclose sponsorship. So
Right.
if you were to be sponsored by Tupperware, you would have to disclose that.
Okay, I didn't do my loot
Yep.
locks. I'm getting far too blasé here.
I think you don't actually have to say that this is promoted content of Tupperware. You can just say this is promoted content. Or is
Yeah.
it,
But
but I
my
think
point
somewhere-
was to quell conspiracy
I think somewhere
theories.
they have to know who is promoting it. Like maybe not
Hmm.
in the actual text of the thing, but I think it has to be publicly available information.
interesting.
Yeah.
Because I have seen streams recently when they do have promoted content. Say
Yep.
just
They
so you know,
usually
this is
say
for-
right up.
Oh, Jared.
Yeah, they say
run
this
down,
is
guys.
promoted content, but I frequently have them not fill in the
Yeah.
details of
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably just like in the below the fold of the video. Click on the
Possibly,
thing,
yeah.
drop it down. Yeah.
Okay, so first point is the blue milk, because we have to finish the topic about the space walruses. So obviously, so it's a blue milk with Aunt Maru and back at the farm. Okay, but what?
Okay.
You're amused by
Yeah,
dead
no,
Aunt Maru?
I love it.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know why. I
Holy crap!
it's such a small corner
You're
of the
that
universe.
terrible guy that on Titanic when I don't know when they let Leonardo DiCaprio's head go and you just laugh, you just bust out.
I have the
Whoa,
best.
look at that
I
guy.
have the best Titanic story.
oh my gosh!
When one of the first times we were allowed to go to the movie theater alone together, me and Jeff, my brother, one of the first movies we ever got to watch in the movie theater alone was Jurassic Park 2, and we were
Yeah.
at the boat, and Dad let us go and see that.
You started
and,
with a low bar.
and when we went to go see that, there was a trailer for Titanic. And it was the very first time I had ever seen a trailer for Titanic or ever heard about it. So we were like one of the first people, because we had seen it. We went to see Jurassic Park 2 because it had just been released, so we were one of the first people to see it. And I thought that Titanic, just from the trailer, was a time travel movie.
I mean, in a way, it is a time travel movie, but probably not the way
Like
you
a
thought.
literal, like they went back in time in the submarine or something. Like they were those were the two people who were chosen to go back in time and save the Titanic. And at the end, they were going to save the Titanic, and that movie would have been so much better, but probably not. It
Please
really
tell
would
me
have
that
done
you went
half
into
as
the
much.
movie thinking that.
Yes. Well, it was
And
years
you got
later
to
until
the
we
end.
saw it.
And they didn't save the Titanic, and you were pissed.
I think there was a little bit of that. I don't know. I think I had heard about Titanic through school before I'd actually seen it.
That's really funny,
Because
though.
Leonardo
I like that.
DiCaprio was so big.
That's where Eric
Were you hoping that it was
lives at.
going to, like, because obviously you would know it's not a time travel movie in the beginning when they didn't actually time travel, but maybe you were hoping
unless it's like a Quentin Tarantino
yeah,
time travel
twist
movie.
ending, yeah. Where you find out.
Yeah. Lo and behold, they did save it, and then it's descending from the sky. That's a little more John Woo, I guess.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe
maybe
it was-
actually Luke Besson.
Yeah, maybe it was paradoxical though, because after they saved it, then they never went back there with the submarine, so then they couldn't have saved it. So it just destroyed.
right. That's right. And they were obliterated. The end.
No, it's like a figure eight loop. Like they keep saving it and not saving it perpetually.
It's a Mobius strip of sadness and eternal Celine Dion.
Saved and not saved.
It actually is hell.
Schrodinger's Titanic.
Schrodinger's video game.
Schrodinger's Canadian singer.
The first video game I want you to make, Jeff, is called Schrodinger's video game. I don't know what it's about, but you should make it, because I don't think anybody else has made it.
I don't know what it's about, but it
Maybe that's the
simultaneously
game I'll
exists
make.
and does not exist.
I've been trying to get out of Jeff what game he's going to make. Yes,
I like that.
Jer's already onto it.
This doesn't exist.
I was going to say to wind down the episode, if we were going to be doing that, but we're going to keep going beyond it.
Oh, we're just going to
We're gonna
wind
do
it
an
up
encore.
until we keep.
We're going to
until
walk
we
off
just make
stage.
our viewers explode.
We're going to walk off stage and play an encore. But I was going to say, at least for me, I can say, what are we thankful for in video games? I am thankful for our place in time in video games, which is actually
I think
past.
that needs a little more words.
However, we keep alive. Our place in time, at least for me, I'm a few years younger than you guys. Our place in time was perfect in the video game experience, in my opinion.
That's what you're
we got in right at the Renaissance, in the heyday of video games. And that's what I'm most thankful for in video games.
Okay.
I think we would be totally different players without UO, even without Diablo 2. So I think what I'm thankful for the most in video games right now, or at least in my experience of video games, is our place in time, that we got to experience the real heyday. And now we've started this show.
Now it's all downhill.
It's a little bit about remembrance. It's about keeping the dream alive. It's about keeping that place in time alive. It's also about letting new viewers or newer video gamers in on the esoteric, archaic ways of the old ways. The ways we used to play games on hardcore when things were hardcore.
Did you just use 3 synonyms
Yes.
of the same concept? Okay,
that was a tribute to Esoteric
Poetry,
Daemonic
Poetry.
from Ultima
Esoteric
Online.
Daemonic, yeah.
I follow you now.
And shout outs to all the greats like Giuseppe Archang and King Hardcore. I think one of those guys was Esoteric Demonic. I don't know. Super Matt, all the greats.
Did you say supercalifragilistic?
Super Matt,
The great?
all the
Super
greats.
Matt, yeah.
Super great. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Satin and Remat were the two faction leaders when I started.
These cows hurt when I'm cursed.
But yeah, I owe my career to Ultima Online.
Yep.
In an indirect way.
I'm so proud of you.
I don't know
for
how
being
indirect that is.
I'm
Well-
especially so proud of you for.
It's not like I
learning
work
to
for
code.
Ultima Online.
But if you
yeah.
define your enthusiasm,
It's something
True.
to be proud of.
through
Yeah.
media.
Regardless of how you define it, it is something to be proud of.
But yes, I learned to program cheating in Ultima Online.
Yep.
And
No, that's not making it in.
It's cheating.
Because it's not cheating.
We cheat, and we are unabashed about it, and we're proud of it. And there's going to be a whole bunch of episodes where we talk about how Eric has cheated his whole gaming career.
The word isn't cheated, in my opinion.
Wow.
The specific
Creative
word
use
cheated.
of cheating.
Yeah,
It's an exploit. I guess
It's a
exploit.
relative
It sounds
cheating.
worse, but it's more accurate.
It sounds
You
worse.
can
but it's
exploit
Yeah, I
the
was gonna say
system
it wasn't
without
exploiting.
cheating.
Now, this is what I want to get at is it wasn't exploiting.
It's a good
We
topic.
never cheated to. Yeah, I know this will be definitely another topic, but we never cheated to ruin anyone else's time.
In
Just did it
the
to be-
very beginning in Diablo 2, we used to pop corpses, and I think that's actually a really important
speak for
and
yourself
strong
there,
lesson.
wee
No,
person.
you
That wasn't
were
cheating,
there,
that-
Jer.
hang on,
You were
hang on.
there. I think
It's
it's
a
a strong and important lesson for younger listeners.
Pop corpses
of
while you
how
can.
we used to pop corpses when we started.
That was so, but we didn't use a hack to do that.
Yeah.
Is I guess the point. That wasn't cheating. That was just giant dick. But we never,
Wildly being jerks.
It was a scam, and we were young, and it almost seemed like the only option we could do. Actually, it was more like a badass thing.
agreed. It was a scam. But
And it
It
was our
wasn't- it
last.
wasn't-
It was when we decided to stop too. Like it was our last. It was the first and last of the scam. Like, this doesn't seem right. I remember it.
Yeah, and we never tried to scam people in
We
Ultima
never
Online.
tried. Yeah, we never tried to scam people again after corpse popping.
Yeah,
And it was like it was almost like a rite of passage. I don't know how many other viewers are going through that, or who have older
had some
older
good
brothers who are
scams.
bad influences on them. Just kidding.
Older brothers. Oh man, we're gonna have a whole
scripting.
topic on that one.
You could definitely do some really shady scam level stuff, which we never really got into.
The point is, don't scam because it's not worth it. Well,
Didn't you just spend the whole time saying we scammed and we're
Let's-
unabashed about scamming? But don't scam, guys.
let's not talk to scammers. I don't even want to talk to them.
That's okay. Eric cheated a lot.
But cheating, we were cheating the man. We were Robin Hood in this scenario. We were
Or women. We were cheating management.
the man capital.
I think it was a point of personal growth for all of us because we were all minors basically. You might have been 18.
No, we were pretty much all
Okay,
minors. We had
take
the pack
7.
horse, and we were
Yeah.
drilling into
Yep.
the minor
Yeah, I
joke.
had a minor. I had GM mining.
We were
Okay.
newbies. That's
This
for
this
sure.
could be my last game for
Alright.
the wheels.
Okay,
And we're on 7, not 8.
joining it.
I may have gotten the password wrong. Nope. Nailed it.
Did you try to join it instead of create it?
No,
I do that a
I
lot.
just was a little insecure on whether I made the password accurate.
Because then everyone would see it when they hit map.
Doesn't
I
show.
don't know. I was just making
Oh,
an
it does show.
insecurity
It. Yeah,
joke.
we are totally broadcasting our password to the universe.
That's why
Yep.
you make those easy
gotta-
passwords.
You got to blur it out.
No, you just
Yep.
make it password A, and then whoever joins in, you duel them.
You gotta put this. You gotta put
Yeah, we
this
just PK
duel.
him. You just PK him. You scam him.
Wow,
It's not a
pop
live
their
show.
corpse. Pop their corpse.
They're gonna have to take that Titanic time travel device. You know what? We should call Jim Cameron up right now and tell him, "I got a perfect time travel sequel for Titanic."
I mean, definitely if you're on a Jim Cameron naming basis with James Cameron,
Yeah, right.
yeah. Hey, Jimbo can be.
Well, everyone,
have
all
a
of
little
his friends
chatterino.
know that we call him Jim.
Yeah, it's.
All of his friends know that he goes by the name Jim.
I'm impressed
on
by
down for
your
buffs.
familiarity.
Bob Barker,
This-
come on down.
Are we going to the? This is the portal where you lose yet another character, right?
Trauma.
Too soon. Always
yeah, it
too
was
soon.
too soon. That's exactly what I. Those were the words I was.
Too
I was
soon for the
thinking.
Ingot House.
Oh my gosh, it's never too soon for Ingot House.
It's gonna be its
The
own
Ing-
little
the
Ingot
Ingot-
house.
The Ingot House was basically a meme for us before memes existed, not in hipster sense, but in the fact that the next day it was immediately something that we were tormenting Jeff about.
Yep.
And we haven't stopped. So, it's pretty much required.
Yep. So I'm definitely not thankful for that. No.
Yep. I feel like I could counterbalance that by making that, like, I have the opportunity to be, like, thankful for the fact that I have this distraction from all of these world issues or for personal growth and development, or I could just say I'm really thankful that I can make fun of Jeff for something.
Okay.
Like, that's my
okay.
my plus one.
Last episode, I just figured out what we're going to talk about.
The last
episode.
Wait.
Yeah,
we know how long
I'm
this
sorry.
is
I'm
running.
not last.
Syndicated.
I'm sorry. Last section of the episode. Last part of the episode.
Gotcha. Last section. Yeah.
We assume here's the question. Assuming that the Ingot House becomes successful, perhaps wildly successful, and we actually buy a location warehouse and put the name over the door, the Ingot House.
And we could store a bunch of VHS tapes of our episodes.
Right now in the future, we are sitting in the Ingot House. What does it look like?
I don't know, but we better go and open and shut the door at least once a week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for that.
Pay your overhead.
You gotta make sure we unlock that door.
Yep.
Sturdy beams.
Sturdy beams, yeah.
I'm thinking, right as you walk in, there's a glass case with magic cards displayed for sale.
I'm a fan of the VHS tapes, but that's just me.
A warehouse of VHS tapes?
Yep. Of our episodes.
Those
I
are
like
the
that they're on
ingots?
VHS.
yeah, obviously.
If the Ingot House franchise takes off and we actually build the Ingot House, what are the predictions that it looks like?
It should probably be made out of ingots. I'm just
Water
saying.
slide.
Like,
I love
at least
that. Brick.
I gotta let the dog out.
At least brick. Oh.
Going to town, so jerking.
No, I was just thinking it. Like, oh, yes. We're going to have 2 deaths on the Ingot House today.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, prepare to visit the Ingot House someday like Disneyland, if it does.
You got some pretty high standards of Disneyland on the same level of Ingot House. Like it.
Who knows?
Like
that's why we
house.
do these first episodes for little, in case it does get. Well,
Spirit.
What am I saying? It already did. Of course it did. That's why we're here. That's why everyone comes back to the first episode. So thank you for returning. This is way too meta and convoluted and
Oh, I almost died.
Jeez. Jerry, you have buffs, right?
Ish, yeah.
We should totally build the Ingot House in real life. I don't know what you guys are talking about. First of all, because we all need a place to hang, so the other part of the Ingot House would be a place to chill.
So referring to a place to hang once.
I think it should be an exclusive secret club, like an invitational
exclusive
club.
secret club. You, me, Jeff, and the rest of the internet. Just like super exclusive.
Yeah, can't just walk in.
Hey, yeah.
I guess that would mean it's not a business.
I'm back.
Got a Wrath's coil. But it doesn't matter because none of this loot matters. Oh, yes, I'm so glad for our last non-ladder episode.
So,
yes.
Delusions of grandeur aside, just put all that aside. What would you like in the Ingot House if we were to build it? We've got $10 million in the bank. We're going to build the Ingot House. $10 million.
We're building something with $10 million. I would like it to be. I would like it to be $9,999,000 worth of.
Deal.
Wait, I missed 1,000. I missed the decimal places there.
But where do you want the water slide?
and then $1 for our mortgage that we can't pay, and then we lose all the.
And then they
That's a
repo just
hint.
a ridiculous
Yeah,
amount of ingots.
Absolutely. There's going to be an auction from the town or an estate of many, many ingots. And someone with a pack horse has to come by and buy it. Basically exactly as I mentioned.
It's got to be just one big giant land party. The Ingot House. Businesses are going to be transformed. I mean, if you think about it, this can be an additional to the topic. Businesses are going to be transformed in real life. Like, I was just watching something about Amazon Go, which, God damn it, I did a product placement again. What was that thing that they just restarted with that website? Amazon
I don't know,
Go,
but I'm
yeah.
pretty sure it's going to be product placement.
I think that companies and businesses and buildings that businesses reside in are going to change so much that we might be somehow in some way given an Ingot House. Like, here, just take this old Walmart. We have nothing we can do with it because
kind of
of
circle
how
back to universal basic
different
income.
because of how different the world is going to be. Now, the universal basic income, we could get around that with some sort of video game system. I mean, we're already in the Ingot House podcast episode show release. We might as well talk about that. If you're going to do a the point of the universal income is about saving, right? It's about saving your money. And if you don't save your money, then you didn't do it right.
No, universal basic income is such reduced cost
instead
of
of
production that it is impossible to generate profit.
Well, I was going to say tax breaks are a form of universal basic income. Is a tax break. So it is. You guys are never going to win this because I know for a fact
because
that
you make
tax
up your own
breaks,
definitions for words that already have.
I know for a fact that tax breaks given to individual specific categories, specific tax breaks are literally universal basic
Not
income.
figuratively.
Yes,
No.
they are.
Literally.
No.
Literally.
So the only way you're almost close, the other word, the older word
not
for
my
universal
idea, I
basic
heard that.
income is
You
negative.
just had a
Is called
jaw rune
negative.
drop, by the way.
A what?
A jaw rune just dropped.
Ugh, that made everything worth it.
Except
Holy
that's
crap.
completely worthless.
Except everything is worthless on hardcore.
I
It
didn't
would be
believe you.
super, super
Well,
worth it on hardcore.
You guys are gonna
or
eat
not
your
online.
you guys are gonna
Expensive.
eat your jaw runes when all this
Eric,
stuff is worth something.
Eric, do you see what's on the ground right now? That's a jaw rune. Because
Yeah.
it's literally worthless.
You guys are gonna eat your jaw. You guys are gonna eat my jaw runes and your words.
No. It is literally
When
without value.
BattleNet's gonna show up here, you guys are gonna eat your jaw runes. I'm telling you.
Yep. I look forward to you holding that jaw rune instead of me.
Yeah, I'm
Speaking
just
of
saying.
which, one of the first memories I have of Jer is at Scouts. It's you and Jer when we were at summer camp. Was Jer made a giant Oreo of just middle Oreos, and I thought it was the
remember that
coolest thing. I thought it was just the coolest thing in the world. I was like, I gotta.
I
be
don't
friends
remember
with
this,
these
and I
guys.
was apparently the one that did it. What?
You had like a whole bag of Oreos.
It was
and you
over at the
spent, like, all
seniors.
day.
Seniors.
You spent like all
area.
day scooping the insides out of these Oreos. Maybe it wasn't Jer.
No,
Scooping
it
the
was
insides out of
definitely
these
him.
Oreos
He made one giant Oreo.
and stacking them together.
Okay.
Maybe
Like you
it
basically
wasn't.
took all the frosting from all the Oreos in the whole package.
Now
And
I'm
I
starting to
apparently-
think I'm crazy.
I apparently made an impression.
Yeah.
All right.
It was an
I
awesome
wouldn't put it past
idea.
me.
It was an awesome idea.
Okay, well, outro begin because this is where I have to prep for work in the following morning.
Yep.
Eric, cue Eric. Boom.
Eric, boom. What do you got to say? Last
Outro.
final thought.
You have 30 seconds. Timing you.
We are immensely glad. We are so glad.
No. Don't make a speech.
We're
Just
so
outro.
glad. We're glad to be here, and we're glad that the listeners have
22
joined
seconds,
us.
by the way.
The Ingot House has got plenty of room and space for patrons. Thank you for joining us.
And
Farewell.
All right, good. And
This has been the first thing. This has been the first episode of the Ingot House podcast. You can find me at ericsoncrona.com.
.com.
We already stopped.
We are selling
at
Erickson
gmail.com.
Coronas.
At gmail.com.
They are alcoholic beverages.
Eric, let me type it out. I'm Erickson Crona.
If there is something marketable out of this entire thing, it's going to be Eric selling Erickson flavored Coronas.
It's we are at
this episode is sponsored
Ingot
by
House.
Erickson Coronas.
And
Yep,
the Ingot House at gmail.com.
Come get smashed at the Ingot House off Erickson Coronas.
How dare you, product placement? No, we'll have to make Erickson Coronas.
That's what I'm saying.
House.
You have to
make our own.
You got to make an Erickson Corona flavor.
Because it's not Corona, it's Krona.
And no, it's Corona.
It's Krona.
Eric,
It has to be Krona. We can't take Krona.
Yeah, you can. It's Erickson Corona.
We'll tell the story
totally
about. We'll tell the story about the D&D story about making my name Krona later, and it was not beer inspired.
It actually
Chrono
works because
Trigger
Coronas taste like sadness. So that that's great.
I totally agree. I don't drink them anymore.
All right, I'm out.
Farewell,
Peace.
good
GG.
sirs.
I'll see you guys. Good run. All right, is that